All right, here we go. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 12th, 13th? My days are all off. What day today is? We're going to get out there today. We have a simple but good warm-up loop because I need your body ready to go a little bit. We have a right oblique quad circuit. We have a chest ab circuit. We have a left oblique hamstring circuit. We got a chest ab circuit. That'll make Friday the opposite of today. So Friday will be back and core and other things. And of course, when I say chest, my intent is that we can do a lot of chest today, and that's partly based on tools and equipment and space. If you're at the gym, you would have had a chest day and a back day and a shoulder day all coming your way. So we're gonna do it here anyways. All right, warm-up loop. Done it before, we're only gonna do it once, so I need you to do it right, which means we do it slow. 10 stationary reverse lunges. We have done this 100 million times. The front leg is always your working leg. It's not always your moving leg. Remember, doing things correct for me is 2.5 to 3 second reps. We're not creating momentum. We're thinking about the vertical component of the exercise. What goes down has to come back up, and you're not creating momentum, right? It's smooth and effective. 10 stationary reverse lunges, 10 on your regular squats. Remember the rhythm on all dynamic legs. Hips, number 1, they have to move the most. Glutes, number 2, they should always turn on. Eyes refers to your posture. You're looking in front of you, not down, not up. And when I say thighs, it's a leg exercise, not a back exercise. 10 regular squats, we have done that before. Standing scissors, we want to lengthen all of those muscles we shorten. Actually, not really, that's not really true. We don't use when we sit down. So we're going to lengthen our hamstrings and our glutes and our lower back. We're going to move all those posterior muscles in which we deactivate when we sit so much because everybody's back to work and shaving their faces. You've got your alternating, balancing, lengthening, stiff-legged deadlifts. Remember, they are not a stretching exercise. However, I have used that term just so you can mindfully think lengthening your hamstrings and glutes. And of course, this is kind of like standing scissors. Standing scissors is a dynamic flexibility exercise. This is a dynamic strengthening exercise. So they are a little different. 10 stiff-legged deadlifts, lengthen those hamstrings, contract those hamstrings. Remember, we have the balance component. When you get done, you'll have your 10 wide squats. There is your first technical superset of the day. Again, we've done a lot of education. I promise you there is no test coming your way, even though it'd be kind of fun. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs. You get a little more hamstrings on your wide squats, just like you got more hamstrings on your stiff-legged deadlifts. But also you are getting your quads and your glutes. You got your standing runners. Mobility, elbows to knees, not knees to nose on your 10 standing runners. Mobility, activation, rotation. Don't knee yourself in the face. It doesn't feel so good at 6 a.m. It's a good wake-up call. Stationary forward lunge, step, load, push. Again, educationally, hips move the most. Glutes should always turn on. You're going to keep that good posture. And you're going to think about your quads pushing yourself back. You step, load, push. Step, load, push on your stationary forward lunges. You'll have your narrow squats. Again, here's your second superset of the day, right? This is a little more mobility versus your wide squats. You get a little more quads on your narrow squats, just like you do on your stationary forward lunges. So there's your superset, 2 or more exercises in a row involving the same muscle group. And of course, our intent is to loosen up those muscles, lubricate those joints, get everything ready. Jack LaLanne's big, slow, lengthening. We would normally do this loop twice. And I hope you have noticed a little change in the warm-ups of the last 3 weeks. After the first 11 weeks of this, I kind of kept with the same 4 to 5 different warm-up routines. So this is a common warm-up routine. We're only going to do it once because we have a lot of work to do. And I'm not too worried about it. 10 jack-o'-lanes. And of course, what is the benefit of doing a little bit more of a warm-up? You're going to just keep loosening up those muscles. You can also work on introducing weights into your warm-ups. That way you have a nice, good warm-up workout circuit. Alrighty, we have our oblique quad pushing circuit coming your way. I'm going to do 3 standing obliques, and I'll do the 2 ground obliques like we have done before. And my obliques will always be 25. And then we have our quad pushing circuit, and that is going to be a pyramid like we've done before of 10, 20, 30, 20, 10. Why do we do pyramids? Weight maintenance, load maintenance. How heavy can you stay and or how heavy can you get? Anyhow, I'm going to do standing obliques set 1. If you don't want to do them, you can do any of your other obliques that I will go through. Left hand, right oblique, standing loaded obliques, 25 reps. Ready, go. Now you could go on the ground and do right side up, double lateral leg lifts, or right side down, hip dips. You'll see those in the following rounds. You could do laying on your back, knees to your left for a right side crunch. I am not going to do that today personally, but I will talk about them. We have 5 sets of right obliques like we have done before. 25 reps. Larry, weight in the left hand, pretty please. Tick, tock, 25 on your right obliques. We will do 5 sets of them. But only 1 there, right? When you do your quads, and of course I would love it if you had weight. We are warm, but we might not be super warm. So if you need to warm up more, you can. Stationary forward lunges is an option. Narrow squats is an option. Walking reverse lunges is an option. So are lateral steps, lateral lunges. 10 total reps. Ready, set, go. I'm going to start with stationary forward lunges so you see them on your stationary forward quad pushing exercise. Lateral lunges is also an option. Step, load, push. Narrow squats is a great option. You've got your walking reverse lunges as well. 10 total steps. I'm hoping you can maintain load. We have done pyramids before. 10, 20, 30, 20, 10. Quads. We will do different quads on Friday. Now I'm going to lay down. You don't have to. Right side up on your double lateral leg lifts. You can repeat your standing obliques if you don't want to go on the ground. But it's all right obliques this circuit, so if you're standing obliques, the weight is in your left hand. If you're laying down, right side up, double lateral leg lifts, your right obliques are pulling your legs up. For me, round 4 will be right side down hip dips. The right side would push you up. Remember, you can always lay on your back, knees to your left for your right side crunch as well. We have gone through these obliques quite a bit. Remember, at the gym, you have a hyperextension machine, you have cable rotations, you have rotational ball throws. There are many different ways of doing your obliques. Round 2 is 20 on your quads, whether you do the same quads or not. Stationary forward lunges is an option. Narrow squats is an option. Lateral lunges is an option. Walking reverse lunges is an option. Step, load, push yourself back if you're doing any of the alternating legs. Narrow squats is the only one where you're not alternating. If you happen to have a leg press on the other side of your car, Brian, you could do low and narrow leg press. You've got your 20 total alternating legs unless you're doing narrow squats. You're thinking quads. And of course, we have done pyramids before. How heavy can you start? How heavy can you stay? And then maybe can you get heavier later on? So I know there feels like a sense of pace. I know it feels like you kind of jumped into this thing. That's okay. Mom, right side up on those double lateral leg lifts. I'm going to do standing obliques for my second time. You can do any obliques you want to, but it's right side only this circuit. If you're standing, left hand, right oblique. Remember, our obliques are always 25 reps. We've done that before. You can do right side up, double lateral leg lifts. You can do right side down hip dips. You can lay on your back, knees to your left, right side crunch. Why do I give you choices sometimes on these obliques? Because some people hate doing hip dips, or they can't do hip dips. Some people don't like double lateral leg lifts because of how heavy it can feel, how hard it can feel. Some people don't like getting up and down a million times. Standing obliques are great, but it does require load. That's the only downside. So, I do want us to take a big deep breath. 30 is the peak of our pyramid on our quads. Do I want you going faster? No. Do I want you to maintain load? Yes. Load comes from time under tension and or physical weight. 30 is the peak of the pyramid. I want you thinking quads. I want you thinking how heavy can you stay? When you go down that pyramid, can you get back to the weight you had, or can you go heavier? 30 total quad focused legs. Step, load, push. Step, load, push. Narrow squats. Mobility, mobility, push, quads. You will always get your glutes as well. Remember, dynamic legs is always hips moving the most. Glutes are always turning on. The exercises I gave you turn on your quads first and or most. Remember, I didn't do all of them. I got to do it again at 9. Did this twice on Monday. Noon, I switch over to what you guys are doing Friday with a back workout. I'm going to do right side down hip dips for set 4. However, you can do any right oblique. You can repeat your standing loaded. You can do right side up double lateral leg lifts. I'm doing right side down hip dips. You can lay on your back, knees to your left, right side crunch. 25 right obliques for the 4th time. 5 total sets. Again, I know there feels like a sense of pace. Do not lift faster to quote unquote keep up. That is not my intent. You guys are all my early morning studs. Don't lift fast. I don't mind minimal breaks. But at some point in time, I do want to make sure everybody is in the same spot. So I'll loiter here soon. I've had a lot of people trying the YouTube on-demand recorded workouts, and they're like, I don't understand how you guys are doing this in 45 minutes. It's taken me an hour and 5. You guys should know that about me. In the gym, it takes a lot longer because I hand you the weights. There's other little changes. So I've been telling everybody, you can push pause on YouTube, you can only push mute on live. 20 total quads. We're going down that pyramid. Maybe you're able to go heavier than what you had earlier. Maybe you're able to just maintain your weight. Maybe you went lighter earlier and you're able to get the weight back on. 20 total quads. So this circuit is 125 right obliques and only 90 quads. Later on, we'll have our left obliques and our hamstrings. We have 2 chest ab circuits. Personally, I think you guys are gonna like today. which means you're gonna like Friday, which means you're gonna like next Monday. I don't think you really have a choice on what you like anymore, but I do think of you all when I'm thinking about these workouts. I got a little sweat going on, a little morning love. After your 20 quads, you have one more set of right oblique. We have one more set of 10 on our quads. I'm going to do another set of standing obliques. So that'll give me 3 sets standing, 2 on the ground. And that always answers everybody's questions on, do I have to get on and off the ground every single time? No. So this is a version that has a little variety, but you don't have to get up and down a million times. 25 right obliques for the last time today, and then 10 on your quads, last quads today. We do have 4 circuits that are somewhat durational. That's why we did that shorter warm-up. Wasn't too worried about it, but we definitely need to get after it a little bit. Last set of 10 quads, and then clear your space for chest and abs, which means you might be on the ground the whole time. Your abs are on the ground, but your chest doesn't have to be on the ground. 10 quads. Clear your space for some chest and abs. I will talk to you about that while everybody gets to the same spot. Remember your chest presses. You could use a bar bench press. You could do dumbbell bench press. You could lay on a bench. You could lay on a ball. Remember, I haven't used those tools very much because not many people have them. I'm going to do push-ups because push-ups for me are way harder based on dumbbell chest press being too easy for me and potentially for most of you. I don't think many of you have 40-pound dumbbells at home. So pushing chest, we're going to do 25 down by 5. Good job, Katie. You can do TRX push-ups. You can do elevated push-ups. Your feet on something, your hands on the floor. That would be harder. You can do incline push-ups. Your hands are on something, your feet are on the floor. And remember, you can do bar bench press, dumbbell chest press, 25 reps. Ready, set, go. What I want you to do is do it slowly. We have done counting reps before, not too many times, but it's 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Steady and effective. Pushing is always a little bit shorter of a motion versus pulling. So when you're doing your pushing, you really have to purposely slow down. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Shoulder blades, chest. Shoulder blades, chest. Try to eliminate your arms. Shoulder blades, chest. Shoulder blades, chest. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 25 reps. Clean, without any breaks, is like 75-ish seconds, right? Most people try to jam out 25 reps in under a minute. Cool, congratulations, you created momentum. Not bragging by any means, I always lose push-up contests because I do them slow and correct. You look over and people are just jamming out push-ups, cool, you created momentum. All right, 25 sit-ups. You won't do sit-ups again today. Legs are straight, or your knees are bent, or one leg is bent, other leg is straight. Mix up your sit-ups as you wish. If you haven't tried those different leg positions, please do. You will be shocked at the difference in activation. Mix up your legs, 25 sit-ups. This circuit will be our bigger abs. Later on, we'll do our alternating abs. So this circuit's gonna be chest, pushing. We're gonna go 25 down by 5. All of our abs are 25. A lot of work, a lot of work. $25 sit-ups. Breathe and focus. Today is chest, abs, legs, obliques. Simple, consistent, effective. It feels like we have a touch of pace because we're not going to take any breaks. We have a lot of work to be done. That doesn't mean we lift fast. We lift steady. When you are ready, and it is okay if you're not, 20 pushes, 5 less than earlier, 20 pushes, and then you're going to do 25 reverse crunches. That's where your legs are moving because your abs. I do want to challenge all of you to find a tough position, whether you're laying on the ground, laying on a bench, laying on a ball, and you're pushing with bars or dumbbells. If you're push-ups, you're on TRX, or you're going to change your body position. I want you to be challenged today. I want you to go, I actually work my chest quite a bit. I'm not even at a gym with a whole bunch of tools. 20, chest, pushing. We have 25 down by 5, so I do hope you play with body position and load. And of course, don't be surprised if this one was a little harder than earlier. 25 abs took about a minute, minute and a half, and you got back on your chest pretty quickly compared to most of our circuits. Remember, I don't want us lifting fast. Round 2 is your reverse crunches. Remember, your legs can be perfectly straight. They can be slightly bent. Just don't bend and straighten your legs. That's a quad exercise. All of the motion comes from your hips, which is why I say hip motion abs. If you get too many hips, cross your legs. Mix that up. If you get back, you can either really contract your abs or you can put your hands under your buns. Breathe. 25 reverse crunches. Your legs are moving because of your abs. They're not just moving. Hey Chris, your head is up. No, my body is up. My head followed suit. So your body can be up or your body can be down, but my legs are moving because of my abs. 25 reps. Numerically, we have a lot of abs, core, obliques today. Chest and legs are going to come with it. When you get to round 3, I'm not saying you should be there, but if you're there, 15 chest pushing is less. Please challenge yourself on body position and or weight. 15 chest, and then you're going to do 25 toe touches. Technically, this will be a shorter round. I don't want you to do your toe touches quickly, but they are a shorter motion versus sit-ups and reverse crunches. 15 chest pushes. Please mix up your body position and or your weight so you are challenged on your pushing. If you don't feel a burn, mix up your body. Later on, we'll be doing chest pulling, which is your flies. Tom, give me a push-up, Tom. Sorry, that's Tom Norling. Tom Maricel, he's an engineer, so he has the whole hypotenuse angle of a push-up. Sorry, Tom Maricel. Tom Norling is my small rep, go fast kind of guy. Slow down. Give me my motion. 25 toe touches. Keep your legs up. You have shortened a muscle by putting your legs up. And then you're going to shorten it even more when you do your toe touches. Breathe. It is not as big as a sit-up or as long as a reverse crunch, but it still can burn. I normally put them in the middle of the ab circuits so you feel that burn versus starting with them. 25 toe touches. Keep those legs up. You can bend your knees if you need to, but I want your legs to be up. Your thighs are perpendicular to the ground. Remember, you shorten a muscle by putting your legs up. It's kind of like tricep kickbacks and dips. You shorten that muscle and then you shorten it even more. You guys should be feeling this thing. We're kind of in the sucker. 10 on your pushes is less. 25 Supermans. 10 on your pushes. Make sure you challenge yourself on your body position. You could change your hands on your push-ups. Don't change them a ton, but mixing up your hands helps out quite a bit. 10 on your pushes. Then you're gonna lay on your stomach for your 25 Supermans. Not swimmers, unless you're uncomfortable doing Supermans. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes. I definitely want you thinking muscle on your Supermans. You're thinking more mobility, activation on your swimmers. So put this in a strength training category. Core and good back. "25 Supermans." It is a smaller motion. Don't create momentum. Activate your upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes. Breathe and focus. When you're done, you have 5 pushes, last chest pushing. Then we have 25 V-ups, last of these abs. Then we need to get our left obliques and our hamstrings done. Woo, let's go, baby. 5 on your pushes, 25 Supermans. When you get to your V-ups, that is the biggest ab. It might be the hardest ab. However, I'm not going to say it's the most abs. Hip motion abs. Take a leg lift. Take a sit-up. Put it together. The hard reason comes from mobility of hips and spine, flexibility of your posterior muscles, back, glutes, hamstrings, and then of course your activation of your anterior muscles, your abs and your hips. So I'm not going to say it's the most abs, but it's a good gauge for how strong your core is on your V-ups. They're hard because of many other reasons besides your abs. "25 V-ups. Make sure you do it big. And when I say right, you're not creating momentum. You think about the vertical component of the exercise. You're going up. Your legs go up. Your body goes up. You're not creating momentum. Use your muscles. Whew. Yeah, we are in this thing to win it, baby. When you are ready, clear your space. I'm not saying to go fast. Don't stop doing what you're doing to get caught up. We have our left oblique, which means standing obliques. You're going to hold the weight in the right hand. Double lateral leg lifts, your left side is up. Hip dips, your left side is down. As we do our obliques, I'll talk about the hamstrings. So this is the same rhythm and the same numbers as earlier, your other side of your muscles. Right hand, left oblique would be your left obliques. Standing loaded obliques. You are pulling yourself up. Now, I never want you to shift out of position, but I always want you to tilt to both sides. A lot of people stop and just do the one side. Tilt to both sides. That's the full contraction. And of course, there's your mobility of your spine. Flexibility of your left obliques, contraction of your left obliques. 25 standing loaded obliques. I'm going to go through the same ones I did earlier. You can dabble on them as you wish. I'm only going to give you the information so you know what to do. It doesn't mean you get to go faster. Hamstrings. Now remember, pulling exercises take a little longer than pushing. So this circuit's going to be a little bit longer than earlier. Stationary reverse lunges. Walking forward lunges. Alternating stiff-legged deadlifts. Both legs stiff-legged deadlifts. Wide squats. It might feel like you have more choices because you do. Pulling exercises have more variety. 10 total reps, whatever one you choose. Alternating stiff-legged would be the most hamstrings. It also would take the longest time. Both legs stiff-legged are great. Again, the most hamstrings, but the movement takes a lot of time. I'm not trying to deter you. I just want you to know why they would take longer. Wide squats is one of them. Stationary reverse lunges. Walking forward lunges. Those are all hamstring exercises. You always move at your hips. You always turn on your glutes. The exercises I gave you turn on your hamstrings more. I'm going to do left side double lateral leg lifts. Remember, you can mix them up as you wish. Always left obliques. Take your time. Your hamstring exercises are going to be the 10, 20, 30, 20, 10, like your quads earlier. Your left obliques are always 25, like your right obliques earlier. Breathe. Wednesday morning, middle of July. Let's do it. I never want you to lift fast. Today is definitely a day where we have to minimize rest so we get this thing done. You can take as long as you want. You can stay logged in as long as you want. 20 on your hamstring focused legs. Stationary reverse lunges. Yeah, you get more hamstrings. You definitely do get quads and glutes. Walking forward lunges, same thing. You're definitely going to get hamstrings, but you're always going to get quads and glutes too. It's not a bad thing. Stiff-legged deadlifts would be the most hamstrings. Unfortunately, they would take the longest. Wide squats is also more hamstrings, but you'll still get some quads and glutes. I want you to think hamstrings. Remember the other day we did the 100 glutes, the 100 quads, the 100 hamstrings. You may not remember that day, I do. We had a bunch of abs and core. We had our upper body circuits. No big deal. Nice, good focus. I want you to do your workout. The hamstring circuit is going to take longer no matter what. Of course, it depends on what you're choosing when you get there. Round 3, I'm going to do the standing obliques again. You can do any of your obliques. Personally, I did the 3 standing ones and the other 2 on the ground for diversity, and so then you don't have to get on and off the ground a bunch of times. I like standing obliques. It's probably the one I do the least at the gym. I like hyperextension obliques. I personally like double lateral leg lifts. I don't like hip dips very much either. Just to let you know, I don't like exercises too. Right hand, left oblique on your standing, loaded obliques. And if you're on the ground, you've got your left side up, double lateral leg lifts, or your left side down, hip dips, or laying on your back, knees to your right for your left side crunch. Those are your left oblique choices. 30 is the peak of the pyramid on your hamstrings. Take your time. This is going to take the longest. Remember the reason for pyramids: load maintenance. Can you maintain your weight on the way up the pyramid? Can you increase your weight, or at least get back to your weight on the way down the pyramid? That's why they exist. Ladders is more of a formal weight change. Reps go down, you should formally increase your weight. Reps go up, you need to take the weight off as you need to. Pyramids are all about load maintenance. Hamstrings, hamstrings, hamstrings. Your hips always move the most. Your glutes are always going to turn on. I just want you to think more hamstrings because of the exercises that I gave you. Oh yeah. 30 is the peak of that pyramid. Oh yeah. When you are ready, and I'm not saying you should be ready, when you're ready, I'm going to do left side down hip dips for my 4th oblique. That's what I did earlier. You can do any of your left obliques. Now I know you might be looking at a time and knowing that we might run out of time a little bit. The last circuit, nothing will imbalance you. There's a little number change because we're going to do chest flies and we'll have our different abs. But it doesn't mean you're going to go faster, it just means you're going to get it done quicker than earlier. Left obliques, 25 reps for the 4th time. Left obliques. Hip dips is the only pushing exercise for obliques. All the other ones are pulling exercises. The rotational or lateral ball throw is also a push, but it's more of a pushing the ball. The rotation is the pulling part. Blah, 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 blah. 20 reps. We're going down that pyramid. Please take your time. Nothing will imbalance you in that last circuit. So if you have to leave earlier, awesome. 20 reps. Can you get back to the weight you had earlier if you went lighter? Can you increase the weight on the way down the pyramid? Kind of up to you. Thinking hamstrings, pulling exercises. Pulling exercises take longer than pushing. There's a bigger lengthening component on pulling exercises. You're lengthening that muscle you're going to contract. Don't get me wrong, bench press has a lengthening component too. It's just not as long of a motion. Breathe, lengthen, contract, pull with your hamstrings. Posture, posture, posture. Posture, posture, posture. Hamstrings turn on the most. Maybe even first, but they definitely turn on the most. Now I'm only saying it if you're there and ready, get it done. If you're not there and ready, don't worry about it. You're on your last oblique. I did the standing oblique for the 3rd time. You can do any oblique. It's your last left oblique. Then you're going to have your last 10 legs, hamstrings, and then we're going to do the last circuit. I will give you the information so you can get it done. I didn't say do it faster. Right hand, left oblique. Right hand, left oblique. Breathe and focus. 25 on your left obliques for the last time. That was 125 each side obliques. We already did 125 abs earlier. We have 100 more abs coming now soon. 10 is the last set of your hamstrings. 10 wide squats, stiff-legged deadlifts, single or double, stationary reverse lunges, walking forward lunges. At the gym, you have the stability ball hamstring curl. Again, I know a lot of you don't have the stability ball. You have the hamstring curl machine, high and wide leg press, lots of hamstring exercises. When you are done and ready, remember, I know we're not out of time yet, but we might run out of time soon. I'll be here. We're going to do chest pulling, chest flies. So you definitely need to lay on something. You can lay on a bench, you can lay on the ball, you can lay on the ground. However, your abs will be on the ground. We have our scissors, our runners, our swimmers. We've done this before. We have our Russian twists and our windshield wipers. They're all 20. I didn't say go faster. Your chest flies are always a rep range of 10 to 12. So it's 10, 11, or 12 on your flies. Do it slowly. Your abs are always 20. Scissors, runners, swimmers, Russian twists, windshield wipers. We've done these many, many, many times. On your chest flies, think more shoulder blades. Shoulder blades cause the width of the exercise. When you did your presses, you still needed shoulder blades. However, it was a smaller lengthening component. This is a bigger lengthening component. 10 to 12 is your rep range. So I'll take 10, 11, or 12. The rep range is so you might have weight changes. Of course, that depends on what you have at home. After your first set of flies, you're on your 20 scissors. You won't do them again today. We have 5 sets of chest flies, big, slow, and wide. And then you have your 5 different 20 abs core. 20 scissors. Breathe and focus. Now I definitely want you to go at your own pace. That shouldn't mean you're too far away from me, right? 5 sets of chest flies, always a rep range of 10 to 12. 10, 11, 12. Round 2 is your runners. Round 3 will be your swimmers. I'm only giving you that information in case you need to get it done without taking breaks. That doesn't mean you get to lift faster. When you do your chest flies, maybe there's weight increases, maybe there's not. But I want you to think about the shoulder blades causing the width of the exercise. It's not that it has to be super wide. It is definitely wider than your press, but it's a pulling exercise, not a pushing exercise. Shoulder blades, chest, pulling. 10 to 12 is your rep range. Round 2 is your 20 runners. You can either start from the ground, cross your body, or you can start from the up and you think about lengthening more, but it's still the same slow, big rotational motion. Runners either start from the ground, maybe more motion, or up, maybe more contraction. 20 runners, breathe and focus. So as you can tell, this circuit is naturally going to be quicker. That doesn't mean I want you to lift faster. 5 sets of 10 to 12 chest flies, big, slow, and wide. You have your scissors, your runners, your swimmers, your Russian twists, and then windshield wipers or rotational planks. That's always an or for me based on what you like to do and where your shoulders are at in the game. On your chest flies, laying on the ground is great. It's a training tool for the width of the exercise. So people that have a hard time getting wider, put them on the ground, and it's a safer version training tool, which means you can also add load. If you're on the ball or bench, you're going to naturally get a little bit more motion. You're going to be able to go a little bit lower than what you do on the ground. 10 to 12 chest flies. Then you're going to lay on your stomach or be on your hands and knees for swimmers. We did Supermans earlier, and I really want you to think muscles. Swimmers, don't get me wrong, you still get your muscles, but you're thinking mobility and activation. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes, mobility of spine, and activation of all the muscles around your spine. Whereas Superman's was definitely geared towards contraction and muscle development. 20 swimmers. Remember, I don't want you going any faster. If you are running out of time, you only have 2 more rounds to go. You've got your 4th set of 10 to 12 flies, and then you're going to have your 20 Russian twists, and then your last set of your 10 to 12 flies, and then your rotational planks or windshield wipers. When you do rep ranges, as you know at the gym, we normally start light, and we get heavier and heavier and heavier until you can't hit the rep range. So by set 4, we normally have that weight. And if you go under the rep range, then I go lighter so you can go back in the rep range. Remember, there is always a reason for what I give you. I get to give you more tools at the gym. 10 to 12 flies, and then you're on your 20 Russian twists. Whether you have weight or not, Russian twists is that rotation and displacement. There is more core turned on a Russian twist versus a sit-up. The sit-up, there's more abs. Huh? What? Core is not your abs. They are a small part of it. All those muscles that touch your spine are your core muscles. And that requires weight displacement, weight distribution. Sometimes an isometric contraction like a plank. That's a core exercise. Don't get me wrong, abs are part of the equation. But your abs don't actually touch your spine. So that's why they're a low core versus a high core. Transverse abdominis is your deepest intrinsic ab, and that goes around your spine. External spine A goes throughout your spine. Your lats touch your spine. There's some core. After your lats, or after your Russian twist, you have 1 more set of flies, and then you can either do rotational planks or windshield wipers. Shoulder blades cause the width of the exercise. Shoulder blades cause the width of the exercise. And then I want you to hold. Minimal hands, minimal arms. Use your chest. Breathe and focus. 10 to 12 flies. When you do get done, you have either windshield wipers, which is your lateral reverse crunch, or you can be on rotational planks. I'll do a little bit of both so you can see both. So today you had your 225 abs core, you had your 250 obliques, 475 abs, obliques, and core. That's pretty big. You had chest pushing, you had chest pulling, you had quads, you had hamstrings, and we had that nice little 90 rep warm up to get things going. Friday we'll do the back version of this, and then next Monday we'll do the shoulder version of this, and next Wednesday we'll do the bicep and tricep version of this. So it's a 4-part series. And for those that have been training me for years, you know we do these series every once in a while. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Go get some work. Goodbye, Kitty. Have a wonderful day. See everybody logging off as they need to.